So we're going to talk about parallel and perpendicular lines, okay? Now, these concepts are going to show up also much later in this class when we talk about quadrilaterals, so that's like rectangles and squares and rhombus and trapezoids and all that fun stuff, okay? So that's going to show up then, but we're also obviously going to use it now to talk about some things too, okay? So we already remember from the warm-up that parallel lines have what? Equal what? Equal slopes. Equal slope. So parallel lines have the same slope. Okay? But different y-intercepts. Alright, parallel lines have the same slopes but different y-intercepts. They must have different y-intercepts. Okay? Why do you think that is? If two lines had the same slope and the same y-intercept, what would be true about those two lines? They're the same exact line, right? And so, if a line is the same, if two lines are the exact same thing, can they really be parallel? No, they're going to be like right on top of each other. So they're going to definitely intersect in an infinite number of points, right? So yeah, parallel lines, they don't ever intersect. So it's the same slope at different y-intercepts. Okay, so very good there. Good. So we're going to use the slope formula to find the slopes of our lines and stuff like that. Okay, so let's just like as an example here. So let's just see. So let's just decide whether, excuse me, the two lines AB, line AB here, and line CD, okay, are parallel. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys decide whether the two lines, line AB and line CD, are parallel. All right, so we'll start here. Number one, okay, we'll do two. I'll do one, and then you guys can try one. So I'll plot point A, or not plot it. Sorry, I'll give you the coordinates for point A and point B. Okay, and then point C and point D. All right. And so we're going to then try to decide whether these two lines are parallel. All right. So I'm not even going to plot this. So one way we could do this, right, is we could actually like plot line AB, plot the 2 points, and then draw the line between them. Plot the 2 points, draw the line between them, and we could just like kind of eyeball it and see, do they look like they're parallel? You know, yes or no. But we know that since parallel lines have the same slope, we're going to then find the slope of these two lines. Oh, careful. All right, so the slope formula, and I'll put that here. That's right, hopefully everyone is awake right now. All right. The slope formula, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, we're going to subtract the y coordinates and subtract the x coordinates. All right. I highly recommend you guys that you label your points. So, for example, if we want to find the slope of AB, okay, if we want to find the slope of line AB, here are 2 points. So, let's see here. All right, whoops. So, column W, what would be our y2 here? A and B, which one of these which one do you want to call the y2? Which number is our y2? 0. Yep, that's our second y coordinate. Very good. All right, very good. And then so that makes which one our y1? 5. Good. And I'm going to label it like that. Okay? And I suggest you guys label it too if you have trouble with the slope formula. All right, very good. And so then, Blake, what does that make our x2? What does x2 have to be? The -4. Good. And then, of course, -6 is the x1. Okay? And so we're going to do y2 minus y1 for the slope, so 0 minus 5 over And then x2 minus x1, negative 4 minus negative 6. Okay. Again, just using the setup, the slope formula there. So 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Negative 4 minus negative 6. Well, minus negative becomes plus positive, right? So that becomes just 2. Okay, so the slope is negative 5 over positive 2. All right. So there's that one. All right, let's go ahead and now set up the slope here for CD. Okay, let's set up the slope for CD. So now we're going to find the slope between these 2 points. So BJ, which one is our y2? For C and D, which one of these numbers here is our y2? The 1? Yep. Which makes then the 6 be the y1, and that makes 0 be x2, and that makes negative 2 be x sub 1. Okay? And so let's hear the slope then of line CD is going to be y2, 1, minus 6. And then 0 minus negative 2. Just like that. Okay? 1 minus 6 is negative 5. 0 minus negative 2 is the same thing as plus positive 2, so it becomes 2. All right. So, is AB parallel to CD?
Yep.
Yes, the slopes are equal. So, rather than writing the sentence, AB is parallel to CD, okay, we can just say, again, we can use the symbols here that I showed you earlier. We'll say line AB, we'll put 2 kind of like parallel lines next to each other like that. You don't have to put arrows or anything like that, just kind of like these 2 lines like this. And that's the symbol to say that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, and there's our check. There it is. AB is parallel to CD. Okay? Questions on any of that? All right. So then I'm going to have you guys try. So you guys try this one. All right. So determine whether these 2 lines are parallel. So I'll give you coordinates. A has coordinates 0, 4. B has coordinates 3, 5. C has coordinates 1, 2. And D has coordinates 4, 3. Okay? Go ahead and determine if those 2 lines are parallel. If line AB is parallel to line CD. Okay, go ahead and take a minute or 2. I'll come around and help as necessary. Go ahead again, find the slope between line AB, find the slope between line CD there, and determine if those 2 lines are parallel. And I'll kind of come around and help as necessary. Okay. Good. Good job. Yeah, so that's what you're good. Let's go through the first one. Good. At the end of class, I'll let you know what's called. Oh, we can leave at 8:50. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be. I'll check and see. Okay, good job. Nice, good job, Ray. So far so good. Looking good there, Courtney. Good job. Josh? I think you did, so it should be 4 minus 5 on top. Your Y's on top, so you can flip your numbers. Those will be parallel because both of them flip, yeah. Yep. Okay, good job, folks. I saw a lot of good things there. Give you another 30 more seconds. I think some people are just finishing up. Okay. So let's take a look at the slopes here real quick. So the slope of AB, all right, should be 5 minus 4 over 3 minus 0. So 5 minus 4 is 1, 3 minus 0 is 3. And then the slope of CD, okay, is 3 minus 2, y2 minus y1, and then 4 minus 1. So 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3. And so we get 1/3 and 1/3. Okay? And so, yes, AB is parallel to CD. Okay? True. Okay? Now, remember, the order here, you can kind of do it in a different order. So some people, maybe you did 4 minus 5 and over 0 minus 3. So let me just show you that real quick here. So for example, for line AB, you might have done 4 minus 5, which is okay, over 0 minus 3. That would yield 4 minus 5 is negative 1. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. And so you might look at these two things and say, those are two different slopes. But are these two different slopes? No, because what's a negative divided by negative? Positive, right? So it becomes positive 1/3. Negative 1 divided by negative 3 is really just positive 1/3. So they are the same thing. And the same thing would happen down here, too, if you did a different order. Okay? All right. So that's finding the slope, right? But we also need to be able to write the equation of a line as well. So we need to be able to write the equation of a line. All right. There's a couple different ways to write the equation of a line. All right. And there's a couple of different forms, I guess, you use, and you guys maybe learned a couple of different forms in Algebra 1. The main form we're going to focus on is y equals mx plus b. Okay. This is something you guys are familiar with right from algebra. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is called slope-intercept form, right? This is one way to write the equation of a line. All right. We already know that the m, when you write the equation of the line in this form, all right, the m represents the what? The slope. It's the slope. So yeah, there's the rise in it, but also the run as well. Rise and run. It's the slope. Okay. And then what's the b? The y-intercept. Okay. It's called slope-intercept form for a reason, because it gives you the slope and the y-intercept of your line. Okay? And so we need to be able to write the equation of a line as well. That's something we're going to cover here, part of geometry as well, because it deals with lines. Okay? So you didn't even know it, but you were in algebra dealing with geometry some. Okay, so we're getting things mixed up. So let's write the equation of the line given okay, write the equation of the line given 1. The slope is 3, and the y-intercept is 2. Okay, slope is 3, y-intercept is 2. This is the easiest type that we can do of these kind of problems. Okay, if the slope is 3, what's the m going to be then? It's 3x, sorry? 3x? Yeah, plus 2, exactly right. The b, the y-intercept is 2, so it's like, there's the equation, that's it. That's all the work you have to do. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay? Alright, make it a little more here, a little more work. So let's try the next one here. Slope is 5, so let's now say our slope is 5, and the line goes through the point 2, 3. Alright, so I'll let you guys catch up there. I feel like I'm going way too fast here, so slow down a little bit. Okay. Alright, so slope is 5, and the line goes through the point 2, 3. And again, our directions are to write the equation of the line given this information. So the slope is 5, and the line goes through the point 2, 3. So now we need to come up with some information. We already know that the slope is 5, so I can write y equals 5x plus, do we know our y-intercept? Okay, we have a y-coordinate, right? This is a point. It's the point 2, 3. We have the y-coordinate for that point. It's 3. Is this the y-intercept for our line, though? No. Remember, the y-intercept is on the y-axis. And what will the x-coordinate be for any point on the y-axis here? It's 0. So this is clearly not a y-intercept because it has an x-coordinate of 2. So this point is like 2, 3. It's right here. That's not a y-intercept. So we still need to come up with our y-intercept then to write the equation of this line, because we can't just put any y value in for the b. We have to put in the y-intercept. That goes in for b. So how do we find that? How do we do that then? If I'm trying to find this b, how can we use this point to help us find b? Where can I put this 3 in my line here? Not in for x. Put it in for the y. It's a y coordinate, so we can plug it in for the y. And then that means where can I plug this 2? In for the x. So 3 goes in for y, 2 goes in for the x. We're going to leave that b, because we have to figure out what the b is. We have to figure out what b is. Okay. So 2 times 5 here, 10, right? And then we will subtract 10 from both sides to get that b by itself, to figure out what b is. And it looks like b is, 3 minus 10 is negative 7. Okay? So that means the line's equation is y equals 5x for the slope, right? And then the b is minus 7, or plus negative 7 if you want. But there it is. There's the equation of the line. So this line has a slope of 5 and goes through this point 2, 3. Okay? All right, let's try another one here. Number 3. This will be our last one here. We'll stop after this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Number 3, line N. Okay, so we say line N has equation y equals negative 1/3 x minus 1. Yep, you can't see it. Okay, there we go. Line N has equation y equals negative 1/3 x minus 1. So that's in slope-intercept form. Line N has that equation. And our line, so the one we're trying to find, our line is parallel to line N. Oops, and passes through the point there, 3, 2. All right, so we want to write the equation of the line given just that information. So I'll let you guys finish writing that down there. Okay. So, we have this equation here. And Colin, could you put the phone away, please? We have this equation here, y equals negative 1/3 x minus 1. Okay? We want our line to be parallel to this line. All right, Blake, you too. Can you put the phone away, please? Thank you. Okay. We want our line to be parallel to this line. What does that mean? What does that mean? If two lines are parallel, their slopes are what? Equal. So what's our slope have to be? What's the slope of this one? Negative 1/3. Yes. So our line, we know, has a slope of negative 1/3. So I can go ahead and write y equals negative 1/3 x plus b. I don't know the y-intercept for my line. I don't know the y-intercept, right? All we know is that the slopes have to be the same. So my line, our line, has to have a slope of negative 1/3 because this line that's parallel to it has a slope of negative 1/3. Okay? So how can I figure out the b? Well, we have another piece of information. Our line passes through this point, 3, 2. So what can I do with this point? You can plug it in to our line. What goes in for y? 2. Yeah. 2 equals negative 1/3 times, what's the x? 3, good, plus b. Okay, we plug in that point that our line passes through, using our slope there, and we have to multiply. Okay, 3 times negative 1/3. It's negative 1, yeah, exactly right, good job. Good fraction arithmetic there. All right, and then add 1 to both sides. We get 3 equals b. So our final answer then is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. Okay, negative 1/3 x plus 3. That's our answer. All right, questions on any of that? All right, I'm going to give you guys a small homework assignment for the weekend. Okay. A what? All right. Stop this here real quick.